What's good, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to I tried trading and it ruined my life. I've not watched this video yet, so this is going to be my first look at it, my first takes, my first thoughts. So let's go ahead and find out what actually happened with this dude. What's going on?
All right. So as you saw in the last clip, that was me mentally breaking down. So in this video, I'm gonna give you one thing that I learned over 3 years of unprofitable trading that you must know to succeed. I also share you my story, how I ended up in this situation, and also show you the video where I'm mentally breaking down so I could really drive the point home. So I want to start.
Just off the back, just so you guys know, I don't think this is a fake video. I don't think it's a fake video. You can hear the pain in his voice. You can hear how low he is in his voice. Yeah, I don't think this is a fake video. I don't think this is, just for views or anything. I believe this is him actually telling the truth.
Start off by saying that if you're gonna trade and if you want to pursue this, you have to do one thing, and that one thing that I didn't do for 3 years caused me so much pain, and that is to have rules. You need to follow rules no matter what. Follow them no matter what. And the reason for that is not to make money. The rules are not there to make money. The rules are there to protect you, protect you from doing self-harm to yourself, mentally and financially. Because you
Let me quickly pause it there. And he's totally right, because when I first started trading, I had no rules. I know there was all about risk management, this, write stuff down in your trading journal. Guys, I didn't do any of those things. So I'll be blowing accounts within 3 trades. I'll be taking on too many trades and absolutely just taking myself out of the game. And the thing is, for me, that didn't stop until I put some set rules, a set trading plan for myself where it enabled me to be consistent. And like you said as well, rules are there not for you to make profit. They are there to protect you, because really and truly, if left to yourself, you're probably going to blow your account.
you're risking money to potentially make money. You're taking on risk every single day. But trading is not like any other gambling endeavor. Trading in trading there's freedom. There's freedom to get in when you want, get out when you want. No one's forcing you to stay in trades, right? You can trade whenever you want. It's not like where in blackjack you get dealt a hand, or poker you get dealt a hand and be like, okay, you get dealt a bad hand and all of a sudden you're like, okay, I don't want to play because I got dealt a bad hand. Well, in trading you can do that. If you see you get into a trade and somehow you don't feel like it's a good trade, you can get out. No one's forcing you to stay in. It's also not like slots where you put in money and then you pull the lever and the max you could lose the amount of money you put in. In trading, you could lose your whole account on one trade, right? It's the freedom. It's in the space of that freedom in trading that gives you the biggest advantage, but also the greatest disadvantage, right? If you don't have any discipline, if you don't have rules, you could really mess yourself up. And like I said, trading is gambling. And if you don't control yourself, it can turn into an addiction, right? It's only 1 degree away from turning into a gambling addiction, because that's what happened to me.
So he spoke about it turning into a gambling addiction, and there was a point in my trading journey where I experienced that too. And for me, what it was is that I would see myself make money, but then there will always be that side of me that said, you know what? What about if I could make more? I made a couple hundred. Let me see if I can make $1,000. Let me see if I can make 4 figures. But let me just hold it for a bit longer. Let me put more on the trade. Even when I had taken profit, I was happy to an extent, but there was always that thing in the back of my mind that said, if I just held on a little bit longer, I would have made more money. That's that greed coming in. That's that gambling coming in, guys. That's what you have to get rid of. You can't be greedy in these markets. This market will humble you. Just like many of us have experienced before, you can be humbled, especially when you're overconfident, when you feel like you're on top of the world. This market has a way of humbling you and bringing you back down to ground zero.
And so, like I said, the rules, you need to follow them. And they could be simple. They could be like, okay, I only take 3 to 5 trades a day, or I could only lose this amount of money in this day. And the rules should be based on extending your time in the market. That's what the rules should be based on, is having you stay in the market long enough so that you can create a profitable strategy and then work from there. A lot of people say, oh, start with the strategy first, start with the strategy. Let me tell you this. If you don't have rules and you just dollar astrology, you're not going to last long, right? And plus, the market's always changing. Strategies are always changing. Strategies, the market, you always need to adapt your strategy. That always fluctuates, right?
I'll really pause it there, guys. So he said a few things. So he said, if you don't have rules, then the strategy basically is void, and that's totally true. If you have a good strategy, you're making money, but you have no rules in place, you're gonna blow your account. You're gonna make so many mistakes that your wins won't even matter. But he did say something. He said strategy is always changing. That's not correct. My strategy stays the same. I'm not changing my strategy. I'm not trading SMC now, then I'm not trading supply and demand and then back to support and resistance and all over the place. I'm sticking to one strategy that encompasses multiple concepts, and so you apply them concepts differently in different situations. But don't be jumping from one strategy to the next. I did a video, I think 2 videos back, where I just got confused with the amount of strategies that are out there, guys. There's so many strategies out there, and a lot of them are so confusing and don't even help. Yeah, don't be just switching up and changing up all your strategies like that. You don't want to be that person.
It's always going to fluctuate. Sometimes one thing works in one condition, next thing you know, it won't work in the other condition. It always fluctuates. The thing that's always static and should be static are your rules. So if you're a beginner trader, please follow your rules, because you're going to end up like me. And when I started trading, I got fully blown addicted to trading. And at first, it was just half my paycheck, you know. I could still pay my bills, and I would lose the paycheck, half my paycheck, in the stock market, and then you know, still struggle. I would struggle to eat and buy food and gas, but I would still make it through the month. So in the beginning of this year, I was not in debt. I was free, had no debt at all. And so it went from, at first, risking half my paycheck.
Wait, let me pause it there, guys, real quick. He said it became an addiction. You can become addicted to it. Sometimes you might find yourself in a trade or trading one day and like, why am I even trading today? Why do I have to trade today? Why do I have to be in the markets every day, Monday to Friday, and crypto Saturday and Sunday? Why do I have to be in the markets? Like, didn't you start trading to free up time, to free yourself? But now you're stuck in front of the charts day in, day out trading, and it can become very addictive. And it can get to the point where you're basically going to lie to yourself. You're saying, oh, let me just use this money that I shouldn't use because I'm going to make it back, and then take the money out, put that money back and trade the rest. Guys, it never goes accordingly. Let's just say you said, I'm going to take £500 out my savings and I'm going to pull it in this trading account. What's going to happen is this. You're going to make some profit, and then you're going to say, it's still in my account. I don't need to take it out. I've made about £100 profit, for example. Should I really take it out and just trade the 100? Let me just leave it in there. It's still in my account. It's still with me, but it's just that it's not in your bank account. It's not somewhere else in your savings. You trick yourself into thinking you still have it, but really truly you have to remove that out. But the mindset that we have already, because we already have a low mindset because of all the battering we've taken from losing all the time, you're like, let me just leave it in there because I can take it out whenever I want. But you end up playing yourself, guys.
And then it went beyond to spending my whole paycheck. So now I'm falling behind on bills, and I'm spending my whole paycheck, losing it in the stock market. And at that point, it felt like that was rock bottom for me. Losing my paycheck felt like rock bottom. Eventually that became normalized. You know, I would just do Uber on the weekends to pay my bills that I was falling behind. And it just became normal at that point to just lose a whole paycheck and just, you know, be okay with it. And so when that became normal, it got even worse. It went to, now I was taking out loans. I was getting in debt to fund myself in the stock market. And I'm taking out risky loans. I'm talking 80+ interest rate.
Wow.
You know, I was sometimes taking out a loan. I remember taking out a loan that was 400% interest.
See, that's the thing. Once you're desperate, when you're so desperate like that, where you're desperate and you've been battered psychologically in trading, you're gonna start doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing because there's a falseness to it. You believe you're gonna be able to make it back, but look, you don't make it back. There might be the anomaly, the one person out of the 100 people that do it that makes it. But then, guys, that is the anomaly. You don't base what you do off of that one individual. So it really does cloud your mind, cloud your brain, and it makes you make decisions that you don't want to make, guys. You don't want to ever fall into a place where you're having to take out loans to put into your trading account to trade that and put that money back. It's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose, especially with that dirty interest, that filthy interest. He said 400%. I'm glad he's sharing this video because he's sharing some of the things you shouldn't be doing.
Right, you know? So I think I was paying like almost half of it within a week and just interest alone. Yeah, I was taking out loans, and then it got even worse. I was calling friends and family for money. So it got even worse, and I was calling friends and family money. I started selling some of my stuff to pay for my debts and my bills. Long story short, long story short, I went from having no debt to now owing being $14,000 in debt. Keep in mind, I work a minimum wage in California, so that's basically almost half my yearly salary right there. $14,000. You know, I think I only make like $30,000 a year, and so that's my current situation now. And it wasn't until this most recent month that it really, really hit me hard. And I mean, hit me really hard. I was really down bad. I actually was in the same situation 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I had enough money in my account to cover all my debt. And in that day, I lost it all. And I was so much emotional pain. I was calling mental health institutes, you know, friends and family, anyone I could call to relieve myself from the pain. I don't know if I told you this, but I also masturbate. I would masturbate every time I lose, or when I felt tense in the stock market to kind of, you know, relax myself. But obviously that habit got carried over, and at that point I was just masturbating every time I lost. And sometimes when I blew an account, I was masturbating like 20, 30 times.
Guys, that is insane, guys. That is insane. What he was saying about he had enough money in his account to pay off all these debt, but he chose not to. That's because of all the battering in the markets, guys. When you're being battered non-stop, you've messed up your psychology now, and you just think that you can do what you've not even done, even just in the slightest. For me, I feel like it all stems from what a lot of these people tell you online. Someone will say, oh, you can make money quickly. Look at this, I'm making 65K a trade, I'm making 15K a trade, guys, it's all to draw you in. Like I've always told people, this is not a quick thing. So many people have been humbled because they've gotten involved in trading Forex and they've been slapped up. They've been taken out of the game when they should have taken it slow. It's slow and steady wins the race, guys. It's not about being fast paced. And then I just hope that he mentioned he was basically feeling depressed. Obviously, thank you for sharing this because a lot of people are going to learn from this. But then this is what kind of happens when you've thrown everything out the window. So you started off wrong and carry that forward. This is why it's so important to start off right. Start off with some rules. Start off with some good trading psychology. Start off demo trading. Why are you even live trading when you don't make money on your demo account? You don't even trust your own trading strategy. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. And don't come into trading thinking just go all in and just do my thing and just make all kinds of money, guys. It won't happen. You're going to lose everything and you will end up in a state where you just feel like giving up.
A day, which I'm not proud of, but I had to, you know, I didn't want to feel that pain. I didn't want to sit with reality because it was really painful to know I could have covered all my debt and I lost it all. So I remember 2 weeks ago, I was in max pain. I think I masturbated like 20 times a day. I was calling friends and family,
Stress.
you know, trying to seek some sort of, you know, peace in my mind because I was so in emotional pain. And it got to the point where I was really desperate and I was really going through it. That I don't want to say that I'm not super religious, but I was crying in tears. I'm asking God to give me one more shot, give me one more try in the stock market. Let me show you that I'm patient and that I could, you know, really go with this and not gamble. Funny enough, the day after, I got in the market again. I got a loan, and I made money. It was, I was making money. I made money again, and I make money. The next day, I'm making money, and it got to the point where, you know, God actually gave me a second chance. He blessed me, and I had enough money to cover all my debt again.
I hope you paid it this time. Oh, guys, look, I hope you paid it this time. You know, you can't be getting another chance and just be flopping all your chances. I hope you paid it this time. Well, by the looks of this video, with how low he is, I don't think he did. And it all stems back to what we just spoke about. Please tell me you paid it. Please tell me you paid it.
And yesterday, I lost it all. You know, so it was almost like I spit in God's face. He gave me a chance. He blessed me, and I lost it all.
Guys, I knew it. I'm not gonna lie, man. Just because of the way he was talking, I knew he. Ah, boy, guys. This is what I mean. Start off wrong, then you develop the muscle memory to do the wrong thing, and then you keep on doing the wrong thing. So that's just why you start off right. Develop the muscle memories to do the right thing, and then you end up being consistent that way. And even if you've lost, for example, even if you lose that day, or whatever you've lost, even if you lose that day, for example, what you could do is 3 losses and done. 3 losses and done. You can't be doing 20, 15 losses a day, 30 losses a day. 3 losses and done. Out the market, risking 1% per trade, 3% done. How are you gonna blow your account that quickly in one day or in 1 week, risking 3%, guys? So this is what I mean. So stick to it. I remember I saw somebody risking 5%, 10%, 15%. Guys, you're gonna blow your account in a couple of trades. You don't want to be that person. Don't be that dude.
Yesterday, same scenario. I was calling up people, friends, family, anyone. I was in tears, crying, you know, I felt like I didn't deserve another chance. You know, I'm not gonna cry to God again and ask for another chance. I felt like I didn't deserve a chance, right? Because, you know, I asked for him and I spit in his face. I feel like everything that's ever good that's happened to me has been God's fault, and everything that's bad that has happened has been my fault. And so that's why I'm making this video. Maybe my third chance is God's giving me a third chance, and that chance not making money, maybe helping you avoid the pain that I went through. And hopefully you learned something from this video that could help you avoid all this and prevent you from going into this dark path that I went through these last 3 years.
I do commend you for sharing this, because this video here is going to help a lot of people. I know in your pain and in your struggle, this is going to help a lot of people. I know it would have been hard for you to share this, definitely hard for you to share on this, but what you're doing now is you're helping people not make the same mistakes you've made, because there's going to be people out there who want to do the same thing you did. But this is going to show them the reality of things when you're down and you're down bad. Thank you for sharing this. I know you've made tons of mistakes, but still thank you for sharing this. And thank you for being open and honest too.
So hopefully you learned something. I'm going to show you the video where I break down mentally. I was kind of hesitant to show you this video because I don't like to portray myself like this, especially in a moment where I'm at my worst. But I feel like it will really drive the point home, and you take what I say seriously, because this could happen to you. So let's watch this video. Not proud of it, but hopefully you learned something.
All right, guys, let's brace ourselves. This is probably going to be really emotional, man. And like, you don't ever get to the state where you're going through what he's going through. I want this video to be a reminder. Whenever you feel like you should do something crazy, remember this video. Remember this video, and it should stop you. It should stop you. Well, first, you should have rules. Go back to your training plan. But at the same time, always remember this video too.
I lost all my money today in the stock market. Everything. I took out loans. I lost that. I'm already in debt to begin with. I'm currently $10,000 in debt. Took out more loans. Now I'm currently $14,000 in debt. But the most hardest part of this is telling people, making promises to people, and then losing all that money that was supposed to fulfill those promises. I mean, like, look at this. This is my mom. It's me. Um,
Mm.
she gives me money all the time. I'm 20, 25, went to college, didn't get a job, you know, kind of just 4 years just went by. My mom supported me, gave me money, thinking that I was gonna get a job. I'm now 25, working on a minimum wage job. I don't even know. Like, I just think about my future and it just looks so dark. There's nothing much to it. I mean, I exhausted all my resources already. I don't know where to go from here. I really don't. If it just feels like I want to die. I'm not, but it feels like I feel like dying. Um, Everyone I know I've let down. I, um, yeah.
Let's just quickly pause it there, guys, man. He's at his lowest right now. My message to you, brother, is this is not the end of you. You can always bounce back. That laptop right there, you need to close it. Close that laptop, close it down, and don't open it up again until when you are back on your feet. In fact, leave trading alone. Put it to the side, done. Do something else. Do something different. Go and work your job. Go and bring yourself back out of debt. Because the longer you stay in debt, the more you're messing up your psychology. And that's obviously bad debt. I don't even want to see those charts anywhere near you. I don't care about what teaching you've had. I don't care about any of that. Just move that to the side. You don't need to be trading no more. And then once you're up, and you ever want to do something like this again, then dedicate something tiny, something really small. And that's only if you want to do it again. But I suggest you do something else. You need to remove your mindset away from trading. Do something that's going to make you happy. Do something that's going to bring about joy in your life. This is the lowest you should go, but you will rise again. But do something else. Do something else. Because that chart right there, those screens, they're making you do something that you shouldn't be doing in the first place. Do something else that makes you happy. List out a couple of things that make you happy, that brings joy to your life, and go and spend some time doing those things or with those people. That's what I would suggest. But move those charts away right now, because every single time you open them charts, you're backsliding. You're going backwards. There are times where people can bounce back, but sometimes stepping away and moving on is your push forward. And so that's my advice to you, brother. It's not the end of the world. Go and spend some time with your family. Go and give them a massive hug. Let them know. Be accountable to them. Tell them, look, I want to be accountable to you. I want you to ask me questions. Ask me whether I've put money in my trading account. Ask me whether I've been going to work. Ask me if I've taken out a loan. Be accountable to them. Find someone you can be accountable to.
My fate. Accept that I won't be rich. Accept that that I might just be 30 and still living with my mom. Accept that I probably won't ever make her proud.
Guys, all that negative talk. Trading is not the only way. Trading is not the only way. So he's really banking on everything trading. Trading is not the only way. Move that to the side, like I said, and stop speaking down. Stop speaking negative to yourself. I'm telling you, yes, we've all been there before. We might not have been as low as you, and some people might have been even lower than you, but that's negative words. Stop speaking those negative words. That is what the enemy wants you to believe. And once you start believing that and you start isolating yourself, that's when you start having those thoughts of taking things. Get out of whatever your environment you're in. If it's just by closing the screens, putting it to the side, do that. And get around people that's going to uplift you and bring you up. You need to be in a positive environment, high vibrations, have a supporting cast, a supporting people around you who can move you forward. But don't speak down to yourself. Don't drown in negativity. That's what the enemy wants. And once you've done that, he's got you. Fasting and prayer. You know, I'm a Christian. I believe in speaking the word, reading the word, having a relationship with God. Whenever I felt low, I spoke the word of God. I've read the scriptures, and it's uplifted me. And because of that, I began to praise. And the more I praised, the better I felt. The more I praised, the better I felt. And that's just one way. You can spend time with your family. Go and play some sports. When I'm playing sports, I'm so excited. I couldn't care about anything that's happening around me. I just care about the activity that I'm doing. Do some other things that would make you feel better.
Oh my God. Where did I go wrong, guys? I don't know. My whole life I've been trying to make money. Been trying to do drop shipping, learn stocks, social media agency, you name it. I've done it. And it all ended up with me being broker, unfulfilled. I hope this is a warning to anyone who's addicted to stock trading. Or maybe you're on the edge. I will say that just be careful. Be careful.
All right, guys, so that's the end of the video, guys. You heard my 2 pence. Just remember this video. Whenever you feel like doing something crazy, remember this video.